Hi.
Is Michael's father alive?
Yeah, still alive.
Well, you can film all of this now, okay? This is a foreigner in the Philippines. We're bringing our friend Darrel, and he's interested in seeing what he can do to help Michael. He's convinced based on his research of, especially which he has intensified recently, about what can be done for Michael in terms of diet, but that would involve such incredible changes in the cultural approach of this Filipino boy, that we're just looking at what we can hope to do here. So, our friend Darrel. So
Please
Darrel,
like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, so we're here now, and it's high tide. It's high tide, and if you saw the water over there, it's like coffee. It's because it's been raining for a couple of days now. Since we arrived from Hong Kong, it's always raining and just stopped. And then in the late afternoon or in the night, it rains.
It could be explained to them, could it not? That some things are good and some things are bad?
I'm going to let you answer all of these questions for yourself. Darrel is asking if I may make the observation, Darrel, you're asking with a Western mind.
That's all I know.
Which is logic. You know, well, what did you eat today? What do we have to change in order for you to have a different diet that will make you well? Gosh, it's so simple, and we're going to let you find out by asking the questions, and Beth will translate if necessary.
Okay.
And we won't influence either way, up, down, or sideways, what we find out. And as we always say, we never know what's going to happen in these videos. We'll go ahead, and that's Michael's house, and we'll see what we see. So it looks like a full tide.
Yeah, it's full tide.
It's all the way up? Yeah.
And the color of the water is yellow.
Hello. Oh. Michael.
Come in.
Hello.
Come in.
Yeah.
Hello.
There's fish.
We have a visitor. We have a visitor for you, Michael. Hello, ma'am. Can we come in?
Hello, ma'am.
I'm going to sit here. This is our friend Darrel.
Ako si Darrel. I seen you and Michael on the video that Beth and Terrence did.
Yeah, you go inside.
I'm from Cebu.
You can go inside, Darrel.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Sige.
Ipasulan ng kuwan, ate.
You can wear.
No,
Okay.
no. I don't wear slippers in the house.
Okay.
That's bad. Okay na?
Okay. Ako mo ang Bisaya.
You go inside then, because it's difficult for me to do a video.
Wala ko kasaba. Michael. How old are you, Michael?
26.
26. I have two sons that are a little bit older than you.
I think you're going to have to come in.
And
Go to the chair.
when I saw the video of you, I just thought I have this faith in God. I don't know. Do you believe in God? A little bit. God.
We're really looking at we need some step by step as we go along interpretation. I need you to translate.
Okay.
Right, so what Michael is asking is, what Darrel is asking is, does Michael believe in God?
Ito makaginoo dong no.
Oh,
Yeah, he believe.
Yeah.
He believe in God.
Michael goes to church with us on Sundays. So yes, everybody goes to church.
Hello.
So
I have a strong faith.
Ang iya dong kay dako ang iyang pagsalig sa Ginoo.
And I think that God wants you to survive and thrive.
Iyang gituohan do nga ang Ginoo dunay katuyuan ba. So mutabang sa imuha.
Mutabang nato.
So we
Na
were going to
makasurvive
ask,
ka.
Darrel was interested in knowing what your diet is. What do you eat?
Unsa may inyong unsa may imong kaon?
Kuante, limit na sa luto. Kuan lagi sa tingin ng lamin tag mga kanunay. Ganahan ko ng mga utan-utan ba may ganahan kanon. Pero sa luto limit na siya te.
He ate vegetables. Yeah, and when it comes to rice, he had a limit on the rice.
Did the doctor tell you not to eat rice?
Di ba giingnan ka sa doktor nga ay nakaog bugas aw kanang luto nga humay?
Pagkaon siya dahil pero kanang
Limit na.
may na kan usa ka takos ra. Pero ang mais pwede daghan-daghan iyang kon pero lang magkalibang.
When it comes to the rice, the doctor said that there's a limit, just some cup. But when it comes to corn, you know, because that's the other alternatives is the corn, right after the rice. But he got a problem on that. He's have a bad stomach, always pooping, you know. So his stomach is not into corn.
So the alternative of corn is not really working for him.
Yeah.
So he still has to eat some rice.
Yeah, he ate rice, but there's a limit.
A limit.
Yeah, some cup of rice.
I see. So and the vegetables that he eats are what?
Unsa may mga utanan nga imong gikaon?
Palbasa.
Sa mga ganas, kalunggay.
Malunggay?
Mga taong
Malunggay?
Yeah, it's eggplant,
Good.
eggplant,
Very healthy.
some ganas for some sweet potato, like that, the leaves of that, and then some kamonggay, the miraculous leaf we call it.
And over the last week, until we saw him a couple of days ago, we haven't seen him for a month, do you think?
Yeah, couple of months.
Maybe a month. A couple of months, you think?
I think a month, like that.
Because I'm thinking that you have lost a lot of weight. Look.
What? Yang ganito. Kung di ka exercise ba?
Once he didn't do some exercise, some moving around, his hand is numbness.
Circulation.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, it's a lot now. We got a lot of audience that is very noisy in the background.
Michael. Huh?
7.
7. Is he the oldest? Are you the oldest?
Ikatulo.
Ikatulo na siya.
He's number 3 on the 7.
Number 3. It's a big family.
Untuk ko day.
Dako nga pamilya.
So, Darrel, do you have any suggestions based on what Michael has said?
do you have medication?
Nakitamba. Nag-insulin na ka, wa na.
Akong gi, kuha na sa insulin dahil kay sige siya mo sa intihan.
Dinitiba di ka ng gahi.
O mag-insulin ka.
Karon akatong nang akong giingon nimo. Kuan siya. Murag ning kuan na ang iyong
Katong herbal.
murag ning gandaan, murag ning kuan ko.
Hilong ka dit mo na. Yeah, what happened now is they stopped the insulin. It's because his stomach is getting heavy. What do you call that? A little,
Distended.
yeah. So they stop it.
Some bloating.
Yeah, like that. It's a little harder. So they stop it. And then, remember we gave them 1,000 for the other week. I divide that herbal and now it's a little okay.
Herbal. So, can we see the bottle?
Taas sa marunte.
Kuan man day ang akong napalit kay nuhdan man sila sa Filipina.
Tapos bag na.
Tako. Kanang panyawan pero ning angay la siya pud.
It's just the serpentina is out of stock, so they find another herbal.
Ako na lang gipalitan og kuan panyawan.
This one, panyawan liniment. It's also like a herbal. It says here, food supplement.
A food supplement.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be said that we're not doctors, and we're not here to make prescriptions and change lives by suggesting other medication. We're not here to do that. We're here just because we care and we think that maybe looking at diet may be the answer for putting some weight back on Michael. But of course, we know only too well that any dietary changes that are recommended, they have to be realistic. And it may well be that having caviar on toast every morning would put another 20 pounds on him in a week, and that wouldn't be realistic, would it? But as Darrel has said, coconut is one of the things that is everywhere, and it is an incredibly nutritious food. Darrel.
Buko. Do you like buko?
Lubidong.
Lubid.
Kanang buko?
Pwede ho.
Kay mo na siya kuan pod.
Parang butong.
The water or including the
The meat.
It
Oh,
should
the
be
meat. Yeah,
It should be the meat
yang
as well.
yang unod ba?
Kaong po ba lang naapoy ko?
And that is a plentiful food.
It's inexpensive and available. Coconut. I see them all in the trees here. Is there someone that gets them? There's ripe ones there and there's new ones there.
Yes.
Everywhere.
So that would be something that you could eat, and I'm thinking that you would have to eat much more than you maybe would enjoy eating, but it would be the same as taking a medication. In fact, it would be better because it doesn't have the same side effects that a lot of medications have. So we'd like to suggest that you start to eat and drink buku and to eat the coconut too.
Seen no one's gonna understand ketogenic, right? It's not gonna be.
No. There is a way of eating. You don't have to remember the name. It's ketogenic. But you don't have to remember that any more than you remember caviar on toast. But you do need to know that there are ways of eating which will help you. And what Darrel is talking about, ketogenic diet, means that you have to eat in a certain way. And rice is a no-no. Are we saying there shouldn't be any rice?
If you insert carbohydrates into, say you've just eaten fat and proteins for a couple of days, and then you insert some carbohydrates, some rice, or some sweets, say he gets a hold of some cookies or a cracker or something like that, carbohydrates, the body goes immediately back to trying to use glucose for energy, and it takes you out of ketosis, and you back. You go back now instead of going up now.
So we're looking at ketogenics as being a different way of eating, but as long as we stick to that different way of eating, then we would actually begin to progressively get better. Michael would begin to progressively get better, but it has to be a diet which makes sense. And if coconut is on that diet, and coconut trees are everywhere, then that makes sense.
Is highly recommended for people that want to go on ketogenic diet. Coconut is one of the main ones. Eggs, there's coconut, eggs, meat, lechon is fat, and I don't recommend pork for a healthy person, but for someone who's trying to stay ketogenic, pork is so loaded with fat. It's perfect. It's food to stay ketogenic. So pork, ista, fish, eggs, chicken egg, manok, eggs, chicken. If you have the reason I see that people that want to stay ketogenic focus on the fat is because you have to have a higher percentage of fat than protein. Otherwise, the body will convert the protein to glucose, and you might as well be eating carbs again too. So you want a lower protein intake than fat intake. So you're talking 70% of the calories needed to survive and grow for the day needs to be fat. And that comes from the meats. Egg yolks are pure fat. They're perfect for ketogenic.
So we really need to keep it to
just a few things.
Well, we're not talking about carbohydrates and protein and glucose and all of these things, which Beth is not rushing in to give us a translation to those things, because they don't translate easily to this life. Look around, Beth, look around at this room. Not the children, look around at the room itself. Oh, I'm back again. The purpose of looking at this house is because you're looking at the lifestyle of the people that we're trying to get to change the way that Michael eats. And so it has to be in real terms. It has to be about coconut, about fish, about these, what I call bread and butter terms. It's the eggs that they understand. That I don't think that you and I may talk about protein and carbohydrates and calories, but I don't think that they translate very well here. Beth, can you help?
I think
and can you share what we've been talking about with Ma'am and with Michael?
Kuante kanang kasi nga na itlog sa manok, kanang manok, itlog, isda na balanse ba ang pagkaon. Yeah, I told.
I don't see that Michael.
Oh, kanang lubi nga naara man na kanunay ang lubi, man ang lubi, so makatabang na sa imong panglawas. Yeah, accessible ba?
Kanunay na ako pa imong sa kanang butong sa tubig sa butong ba.
Ay pagkaon pag yun niya ang unod. Kaya na po man na ang sustansya sa unod. Yeah. She said that they always get the buko. I said include the meat in eating it. Not just the buko, but the meat.
And that means eating a lot of that, not just a little tiny bit. A little. It means a lot. It means as much as you need to be able to start thinking about putting some weight on that.
Kaya aron mo tambok-tambok siya, diba? Kanang mga prutas, o manang gidili, ang prutas. kanang lubi, daghanon ug kaon hangtod mahurot ng lubi.
When Michael's 26 years old now, when did he first get sick? When
Kanon siya na sugod nga ang anak natin kanang sakit na ba? Pila edad niya?
21.
21.
so you were a healthy child, just like one of these children?
So, katong pagkabata nimo para kaning nila kanang way gibati.
Ingana tambok kay na siya din.
When he was young, he was fat, like ordinary kid.
Yeah.
And then when at the age of 21, the body started to feel that something wrong.
Okay. Sige. The insulin sensitivity, it happens to us. In fact, it happens so much that there's so many people that don't realize how they are. I just listened to a lecture the other day. I know this isn't helping, but for you and I, 50% of Americans in North America are borderline diabetic. They have insulin sensitivity and they do not realize it because their symptoms haven't kicked in hard enough for them to get the diagnosis. But
Well, Darrel,
there's some doctors that would look at that.
Darrel, I think this is a subject for another video where we can talk and not be over the head. So,
I keep forgetting the camera's on. Can't you edit me out?
well, we
Hopefully.
can edit that little part and we can put it into another video. Which I would love to have that discussion with you. But for right now, we're hoping that what we've said to Michael will make some difference, and he will have taken that in. Can you tell Michael that, please?
Mao to dong kanang lubi nga imong diet ang kanang mga prutas manang kaon kay aron mao mo replace to sa kanang humay sa luto ba katong mga prutas mo replace. So gamay ang imong pagkaon nga kanon pero imo tong dugangan sa lain nga pagkaon. Okay, kung wa kay laing gi-replace sa luto nya gamay ra imong luto gikaon nya gutom pa day ka, so pwede ra magamo kuag lubi nga dali niyo makuha ba. Yeah.
Okay, so Michael should remember what Dr. C told him.
Okay, ang kuan magud ana dong di bagi nga naman kato ni Dr. C nga kung ang imong sugar perti nang taasa possible comatose ba kakuan kato te nya kung comatose is lisod na sumao na nga sumao na nga I told him also that because the rice is limited, it's just a cup, and if he's hungry, he can replace it with some buko or other fruits just to replace the stomach,
Well, from what Darrel has said, what's evident, if he does try to change his diet a great deal, then the body will only be more confused if it then receives a little handful of rice. It would be better if he replaced his rice with coconut. Is that not right?
Yeah, because like I told you earlier, as soon as you introduce carbohydrates, the whole thing,
That's
it's all
right.
over.
Carbohydrates.
You go back to square one.
Right.
So you can't have any rice. None.
Right. Okay.
Zero.
so no rice.
Voila.
So
No
you
rice.
should not be eating any rice. I know that's difficult, but if I can remind you what Dr. C told you, if you don't take care, sorry, this is hard truth for a video on a Feel Good channel, but Michael was told a long time ago that if he doesn't take care, he could die. And that's the reality that we're dealing with right now, and we're looking at how much he has deteriorated in the last month or 6 weeks. And we're saying that he needs to take real action.
So in other words, just cut the rice away.
Yes.
O dong
If you would, there's some things that it's just no good. Like it would set you back.
Right.
It has to be every day. Every day. If you're hungry,
You have to find another. You have to find something else to eat, and it's not. And there's no point in us coming here and saying everything's going to be all right. And if he, I don't know, if he does this or that or the other, everything is going to be fine. This is going to need real action. If this house was absolutely falling down, you wouldn't go and start painting the door. And you need to make real changes in your life, otherwise you will pay a heavy price, the final price.
Oh, so ayaw na ko ng pag-rice doon.
is he willing to give up rice?
Willing ba ka nga di na ka magbugas, magluto?
Yung sa may konti.
Lubi nila imong kanon.
Yan na.
Oh, how about vegetable and then coconut?
There's only a few vegetables. If he eats a potato, or what's the other one?
Kamote?
Kamote. That's all carbohydrates.
So no good.
It's the same with the rice. So if we can give Mom a list and you a list of things you can eat, and
a list
we can also help.
You can't eat.
We can also help fund that list, but he cannot. Yeah, if we could actually put on paper some of those vegetables. The only vegetables that are safe to eat are the malunggay. No carrots, no kamote, no potatoes.
Okay, so Darrel, what we need to do is we need to make this list out. Don't eat, do eat.
Yeah,
This one is good, this
Yeah.
one is bad.
Yeah.
And we'll do that on a piece of paper which we'll give to Ma'am and hope that we can see some improvement. And Darrel has very generously said that he will help to support the buying of those kinds of vegetables. So right now, this is a foreigner in the Philippines. Thank you, Darrel. Thank you, Ma'am. Thank you, Michael and Beth. And we'll sign off for now. Thank you for looking in. Bye for now.